We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is Miller's Banana Pepper Mustard Hot. I do understand there is, from here, a mild habanero flavor. I'm trying to find the habanero. If I can come across that somewhere, I will definitely pick a bottle of that up. I don't recall where I found this one now. But of course, grilling season, here's the thing. There's not a whole ton of mustards out there. I did grilling season 2021. I'm going to try to get grilling season 2022 through. And after that, I may not be able to continue doing grilling season mustards. Just because I don't think that there's that many spicy mustard products out there necessarily. There are a lot of mustard products out there to be sure, but most of them don't cater to chili heads. Or there are some that will have components like onions that will not allow me to partake of them. So, that aside, we have here vinegar, raw sugar, fresh peppers, water, mustard seed, cornstarch, salt, turmeric, paprika, vitamin C, and paprika extract, of course, for color. So this is the usual suspects. There's not a lot totally different here other than probably the fresh peppers. Don't always see a lot of sugar in there either. Now, banana peppers are a pepper I love. I have eaten certainly my share of those over the years. No question about that. And to me, I don't think you have a salad unless you have banana peppers on it. They're not especially hot, so I was really curious to see what they were thinking here. So let's just go with this. As you can see, it is very cornstarchy. Certainly has that strong amount of gloppiness to it, and you can see it flows. Very, very pretty color, though. It's this orange with red flecks in it of peppers. You can see it doesn't smooth out great. This will probably help it stay in place, but I don't love necessarily a lot of cornstarch and stuff, so I'm a little leery of this. But so far, it has been, I busted into this. So far, this has been mustard I've enjoyed quite a lot, to be honest here. So anyway, let's get on into it. Absolutely delicious. You get the banana peppers. It's not very sweet. There's a little bit of sweetness to it. Not a ton. There's a little prickling of heat. Not too crazy though. I'm quite fond of this. I like this. I'm looking here actually to see because I thought there was. I like this quite a bit. And it's using, I'm assuming these are red banana peppers rather than the yellow ones you see most of the time. Just phenomenal. They list it as, what do we got here? They list it as cheese. That'd be good. Pretzels. I don't have soft pretzels. I gotta do that. I gotta do that for one of the mustards. I gotta make a mental note. Right down in my head. Burgers, that'd be good. Barbecue. Barbecue would be kind of interesting. I think it would work well with pork. I'm not so sure about, probably not actually brisket in them. That's just my preference. And of course more. So I have used it in deviled eggs, egg salad. Excellent there. Chicken strips. Quite nice. Quite nice on chicken strips. It reminds me actually a bit of when I used to work at Hardee's way, way, way back in the day when I was still in high school, when I was a teen. And this kind of reminds me of that because Hardee's was the one that really got me on the concept that you could have a sweet mustard as a dipping sauce for chicken. And my parents didn't expose me to a lot of culinary variations, let's just call it. My father had a very narrow palate as far as what he liked. My mother was more open to stuff, but she wouldn't go court it. If it was there, she'd probably try it, but she didn't seek it. Which is polar different to me because that is one of the big thrills to me, and actually one of the ways that honestly COVID is like a stake in my heart in a lot of ways because I can't do any of that unless I prepare it, and I do, and that's been a lot of fun. But I am just doing it because there's not a lot of alternative. People that are passionate about it, that love doing that, which is not me. I'm not a chef or a cook or anything like that. Those are the guys that I like to get out there and support and find new culinary adventures. So anyway, for this one, I decided I was going to go with the Nathan's, but they were out of the store. So I got this, and I'd never eat these. This is a State Fair Fiesta corn dog. I don't know what Fiesta is supposed to mean. And anyway, so we're just gonna throw it on there and get some dipping sauce. This consistency of this with that cornstarch I don't love, but this flavor is really, really nice. It's a little. It reminds me actually of kind of the salads, or when you put kind of some red wine vinegar on a sandwich, a sub sandwich. It is very vinegary, it's very astringent. You definitely get the pepper flavor, a little bit of sweetness, but this actually, honestly, this is more of a mustard sauce, I think I would say. I'm reluctant to call it a mustard because I think it strays a bit from what mustards kind of are to me. Mustard's not the focus here. So anyway, we're just going to have it on a corn dog. I've never had these corn dogs before. So this is going to be a real test of this, actually. I honestly never eat these. Back when I was a kid, I hated these. So what I would do, and they were obviously really cheap back then, but what I would do is I would pull the breading off, which I did like. And I'll tell you this, any out there doing holiday hams, wrap it in bread and bake it. You can find it recipes online, but that is tremendously delicious. Just wrap that whole ham, wrap it in bread. You got a nice homemade bread. You have to do it a bit thin, but you get a nice homemade bread, crunchy on the outside with some of that delicious ham juice on the inside. Like a little bit of heaven. Anyway, so I would just take off the shell of the corn dogs and eat that. Throw the hot dog away. But hot dogs in the 80s, 70s, 80s were terrible. Unless you were in New York and you could get a Needix or a Nathan's. Or a Pink. But I wasn't in New York. I couldn't get any of that. Couldn't afford them if they were out. So we just had cheap stuff like John Morrell and Hormel and Oscar Mayer and Ballpark. Just garbage. The State Fair dog, not great. But this actually made it much more tolerable. I do like this in egg salad though, but this is a bit of a challenge because, again, there's not enough of that mustard flavor, so it only partially works. I'm not a big fan of sweet mustards with eggs either, so this one might make it. I'm shooting this a little bit before grill season has officially started. This one will probably make it into grill season a ways. Just because I do want to actually try it with some of the stuff that I'm going to throw on the grill. Some grilled chickens, some maybe I might grill with it even. Some, but definitely some burgers, and I don't really do dogs a lot these days. Maybe some bratza. That could be really interesting with brats. But as far as this is it's really unique unto itself. Not hot. It's not. There's not a lot of heat to it, but it does have a very, very nice flavor. I am going to try to find that habanero one as well, and just see kind of if we can actually get some heat out of this. But yeah, I've seen this in the store. I passed it by quite a few times, and I'm glad I did this time though. This is quite tasty. It's a quite nice little change of pace thing. So. Anyway, though, there we are. The Miller's Banana Pepper Hot Mustard. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.